shares.
No, I am
Theoretically
the
speaking.
owner of Delta.
Okay.
And nobody else owns Delta but Pat Kane. And I say I use a lot of fuel. A lot of fuel. Fuel, I have no idea a year from now or 4 months from now, I have no idea how much fuel's gonna cost me. I got no idea. I gotta pay for it when I get it. So why not go out there and lock down $82 a barrel? Then when the 4 months is up and the cost is $160 a barrel, I don't pay but $82. I bought $25 million of oil at $82. And the price of oil is $160.
So you could sell it right now for
I can
160.
sell it, but I want the fuel. I gotta fly to make money. I'm not in the market of trying to sell and trade. I own, so in other words,
Cost
I own
savings.
wheat. I own all this wheat. And I don't know how much rain's gonna come. I don't have a clue. So I better get me a locked in price. Because supply and demand, if there ain't none, the price of wheat that I use to make my Kellogg's chips, I may have to pay 4 times what I can lock in right now. So that's what it really means, the future, where I want. This is made for there's a trader and then there's a
Commodities.
consumer and then there's
Supplier.
a supplier. And so all these people are out there locking in these prices. It just so happens they allow average guy Pat just to come in and get along,
And
see if
trade
he
off
can,
of.
see if he can do some trade. And it helps volume and liquidity and all that. And and then the big firms, naturally, the big boys are playing in this game. They playing it every game. They playing it. They buy stock options and they buy this. And the big boys like the Goldman Sachs and all that, I don't know what part would be options, what part would be stocks, or what part would be futures. And they may be in the Forex company. I have no idea. I just know they're the big players. Goldman Sachs is one of the biggest players. So Goldman Sachs can move the market. I can't move the market. If I had $200 million in my account, I couldn't say, well, I'm gonna do it all. I could with $200 million, I could make a move. But I'm not gonna be a market maker by no stretch of the imagination. Because they're dealing with billions and I'm dealing with even $200 million, that's a lot of money, and that wouldn't move the market, but it ain't gonna move the market like, it ain't gonna do that. That right there was the banks that did that. The guys with the money.
Well, that makes sense.
So what we're looking for are soldiers and bases and
No, if you can, don't try to, because you'll learn as you go the names of, you'll know that right there is a doji. The little things like that's a doji. That's a spinning top. This is a shooting star, actually. That is green. It's a shooting star. This is a hangman. See, he's hanging.
yeah.
Actually, it's not a hanging man, that's a hammer. That would, if he was down here, he'd be a hanging man. And, but this right here is a hammer, and if it was down the other end, it'd just be called a reverse hammer. So there's all these names you can call them. This right here is an engulfing candle. See that candle right there? See how it engulfed to that one? Engulfing candles always play a nice role. This right here will eventually lead to this. It ain't doing much right now, but the bigger the engulf,
So you could set something right now. where-
this is called a harami, only halfway back up. But don't pay no attention to what I'm saying. I just have learned them over the years, the names of them, and they don't mean diddly. That's what you're looking for. You see that? What's that called?
It's a base.
That's a base. What's that right there called? All three of them. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 of them right there. What are they called?
I don't see a correlation on.
So what's that called?
All 4 of them?
Yeah.
Where's actually
All right.
5?
All right. Wait a minute. What's that called? We just said it just 2 minutes ago.
What you talking
It's a
about?
base.
It's a base.
Yeah.
That's a base, right?
Okay, now,
What's that called?
continuation,
That's a base.
what is?
Don't matter if it's got 1,000 candles in it. If ever this candle closes inside that one, that is a basing candle.
Always look to the left.
And this candle here closed just barely inside that one, so it's a base. This one closed way into that one. It's but next door. It closed, and remember it closed down at the bottom, so that's it inside that wick, ain't it? That base. This one closed inside that one base. That one did not close inside the little one next to it. That's a leg. So there's a leg in, and there's a leg out right here. Leg, base, base, leg, base, base, leg. Actually, a leg down. If I got on a smaller, see where we at? 11:10. Watch this. $11:20, $11:10, $11:10. All right, so that, remember that was 2 candles. It was a green candle and a red candle.
Green.
It didn't show those 2 right here.
Mhm.
Why didn't he show those 2 on that last? Because it's a 5 minute. This is,
Oh.
now I'm on 1 minute. So,
1 minute,
so
yes.
here you go.
More dissecting.
This was 5 minutes and that was 5 minutes. So here's what happened was 1 minute, 2 minutes, 3 minutes, 4 minutes, 5 minutes. So really and truly, those 2 5 minutes may even have been over here a little ways. But that is a 1 minute candle. That's what, 1 minute candle. And so what happens, look, there's a base in between them 2. When I told you there's a base there, when you get 2 that come up, when you get 2, and this is things you'll learn. Where was that 11:10 at? 11:10. Right there, see?
Mhm.
I don't know where we're at, really.
You said 11:10.
No, because it was, oh, right.
Yeah.
These 2 were together.
Mhm.
Well, it was 2 together, but if you go back and get
In
these,
between
I'll
there.
find that base. If you got something just turns like that from one color to another, there's a little pocket of something
Something in
there. It's
between.
just something that if I was gonna trade that, I'd trade on 30 seconds, 15 seconds, 1 second, stuff like that. And, but right now, I'm not trading, I'm trading 5 minutes. So here's this. That's a really, really, really good base, even though it's at a pivot. And I told you earlier that I really like the continuation stuff in the middle, more than I did the pivot. That's still a really cool pivot because you had a really hard push downwards. Then you had it try to push again this next 5 minutes, but the buyer said, no, let's go back up. Well, they didn't get it all the way back up to make it green. They just got it right there. It closed within 5 minutes, boom. But that momentum was still going this way, right? See, the momentum was going here. 5 minutes was up, start a new candle, boom, opened right there. But look, while it was opening, the sellers went, oh, we take it down a little bit. They took it down a little bit, and then it finished up high. So all of a sudden now, that tells me that this downward shift, momentum is moving that way. So if I'm trading on my system number 1, you know what I'm gonna say? The momentum, I told you it's hard coming down, right? And I see this, I say the momentum to me, without those lines, is already starting to change.
Mhm.
And look what's happening.
Yeah.
The yellow line is starting to change. So what happens was this point right now at time, 11:50, they going to lunch. Most of the people like me and most of the people, you know.
They call the lunch for real.
I call it the lunchbox. There was nothing happening during the lunchbox anyway. About from 11:30 to 12:31, you ain't gonna get nothing. But So what happens, but meanwhile, the momentum's already shifting, and look, see, you can see
Lunch.
lunch, but look, this is starting to shift good. So that's a real strong move, because remember I said this will always cross before this will?
Mhm.
Well, this will cross, and look, he's already crossed back in, but he just kind of lagging along.
Lunchtime.
Lunchtime, yeah. And so what's gonna happen here is, we got a long way. This is eventually gonna pop. All this momentum and dance, and then pop.
Incorrect.
Now I can go, see where I got my things in there?
Football field.
But I can go back over here and I can say, I'll find why that turn. Let's see if we can find out why that turn. See if this thing really works or it's Pat just talking. All right, see that big turn right there? Now that was going all the way up. It went up, and guess what it did over here?
Same thing.
Oh, look what? That's called a double top. And it's a W, so it's even this looks like it's going down, it's gonna go back up. And this is just things you'll learn. I call it just price action is what I call it. That's, to me, it's like I'm at a casino. This is action. I see what's happening here. And the winners, right here, that thing turned. See this? Is this a leg? That big tall green one? You should say, yes, that's a leg.
Well, I
There.
wanted to
Look
see
beside,
inside.
always look beside it.
I don't
Is
know
that-
that was on the right.
Yes, there, this is not there. Look left, and did this guy close inside of this guy? His buddy. He wasn't even close. So that's a leg. That's a leg for sure. Now, did this guy close inside that guy?
Yes.
He did.
Let me ask you, I'm gonna ask you a stupid question. How can you tell which side to close and which is open?
Okay. You missed day one.
Oh, yeah.
Tell him, tell him.
All right, so on the red, it opens at the top, closes at the bottom. On the green, it opens at the
Exact
bottom,
opposite.
closes on top.
Very good.
Now,
I did miss that.
what is the Wix doing?
The Wix is the pushback from, if it's,
It's high and low.
High and low.
That's the
In other
spot.
words, during that period, this
right.
This right here is nothing but 5 minutes. It ain't 5 minutes, 1 second. It is 5 minutes it says 11:15, 10:15. The next one says 10:20.
Right.
That's 5 minutes of time in the
Okay.
market, real time. And so this one here, where does it close? Tony?
Which one?
The red one right here, where does it close? He just told you. The red one's closed where?
The red one is going down
So it closes where?
at the bottom.
At the bottom. So where that
So
one
it's
closes,
closing within the, it's handled the green one on the left.
it's closing within that.
So it is a base.
Exactly. So in other words, right here,
I got
and right here,
you. I didn't miss that. But I didn't.
so in other
I
words,
gotta read it.
did it close? But basically you would say, does it close? See, I can see that from downtown Silver. I mean, that's how easy it'll be once you get it. So this one closes inside that one. Does this one close inside that? Now that green one's gone. Once I say this one closed here, I forget about it. I don't, he
Right.
ain't even in the game no more.
So you go to the next
I've
one.
only got this guy that bet against this guy. Does this guy close inside that guy?
Nope. He's down
He
below.
don't?
No.
Wait a minute now, let's just see if he
this
does.
is counting the wick.
Yeah. I thought you weren't counting just
I
the
said
candle.
in the range, not in the body.
Okay.
All right,
Okay.
so does
Yes.
this guy
Yes.
close
Yes.
right here inside that range?
Big time.
Remember when I
Okay.
put my red line there, I put it at the bottom of the
Okay.
wick and the
Okay.
top? Okay, so big time he closes. Does this guy close inside that one?
No. Barely out.
There it is.
So he's a what?
The leg.
All right, so where is my zone? My zone would be, I go wick to wick. Now, most of the guys that I say, they go like this.
Yeah.
okay?
Closed.
I miss too many trains.
Almost, all right.
And so here, cheap guy, yeah, I got a lot more money, I can lose that in you, because you can only lose from here to body. See, your loss is gonna be 212 to 212.07 to 41. So on this stop chart, your loss is, you're gonna be up here, let's say around 50. So your loss is from 7 to 50, 43 points. My loss, because I'm getting in here, my loss is the whole base, and it's from 211, so I'm gonna lose 1.5 points. You're gonna lose half as much as me. So that's the beat. To me, that's a little bit on the stingy side. Now, sometimes because of the price movement, and I just know, I would say, oh no, I'm just feel real good about that. So I'm gonna go and be smart and make my risk less. So I'll do that. But in this case, that's too big. There's too much going on there. So I'm going for that.
It's gonna come back.
Yeah. I'm saying that this is such a beauty.
That's some momentum.
Look at this right
Ain't a
here.
line across.
But look, now, so let's see if this thing that I picked would work. I'm in, make this money. It did go in there. How far did it go up in there, this one right here?
Enough to knock out. You mean?
No, so you think this tip,
Yep.
we talking about Goldman Sachs, JP Morgan, some big boys, that's them more than likely. It ain't me and my buddies. So they went in and they just tipped that thing and they grabbed some t-shirts and they took off. You think there's anything left in there? I think there's some left.
Based on
If
what's
he had
behind.
went up to here,
Uh-huh.
I'd have said, I'm very fortunate to have
But then
went.
there's some
I'm
left
very
over there.
fortunate to have went here. I would say that. I'd say, thank you, Jesus. Because really and truly, that one there looked like it was going to go on and make another high. But since it ticked it, I can ride that one down and look where I had put this previously. So this, when I did this, I come down here and I build this one. I build this one. And meanwhile, I said, well, you think it might go back up there? And I wait, I don't set it and forget it. I do what do you call it? Confirmation. It goes in, hits it, and it starts to come out. That right there, that closes confirmation. I'm in it again. And I ain't made much money, but I'm making a little bit. So I could say I hit this thing, I got that sucker for 2 hits. And that may be, except that I would have my stop set down underneath here, about along in here, so I wouldn't be hitting my target, I say. My stop would be way up here. So this risk, look at this risk, from here to here versus from here to here, that's a 1-to-1. Remember I said I would like to get 2-to-1. So that right there would have kept me out of that one. I would say, well, I only got to down here to this area right here is about the only place they're gonna come back.
Right
Now they can run through it, but I'm just saying there is a reason for them to go there and turn. They may run right through it. They may come down here just like this, and I think you're gonna hit this and turn.
back down to that last.
There is no such thing as death. It will sucker you right into that once you say that. It is not, you got to say, I get here and it goes up. Very good move, Pat. I was fortunate enough. This little guy right here, I think he's a winner. He may not be, but I right now would bet, I would give odds that he's going to turn. If I had to bet it. You know, and it's certainly bet it even. Somebody said, I just bet you it goes through. I said, how much you gonna bet? And, so once this gets down here and it turns, but this one over here, that's where this turn was caused by that right there. That wasn't caused because of, well, it's just time to turn. No, they went to that zone, dipped in that zone, and they took off again. They got some product. They had run out of product. They had sold it too high. And it just wasn't going to sell any higher. So let's get us some more and we'll just put them on sale. And we'll take down here, we'll ride this sale, we'll sell them.
Yeah, we
We get
need
out
some more.
here, we get out here, and this right here, this turn is from here. So in other words, before that happened, I could have said, if this was not on there, if that was not on there, if it was just right there and right now today, then I'd say, okay, where is, I think that's gonna be good. Let me get this crap out of here. And I think that's gonna be good, because right now, hey look, does that not look good? That pivots, it's turning around. Does that not look pretty good right there? You don't know what's gonna happen over here, you got no idea. But that ain't a bad place to say, I think it's gonna go there eventually and turn. Then you say, well, what's gonna go down here and turn? All right, this pivots, remember, I don't like pivots, but I don't see nothing below there. But I'd start looking around over here, and now this probably would make me wonder. But again, there's something else. Remember when I said I go to 1 hour? That's why this is just so hard to try to do it. Yeah, I go like 1 hour and I set up a playing field based on the supply and the demand. So I'm remembering all that in my mind. Where am I at? Am I high on the field, high in the field? Am I closer to one end zone than I am the other? If I'm closer to the high end zone, I'm gonna probably have to run the ball out this way. I can't run it out there, so I ain't on the field anymore. So that's what I'm looking at on a high time frame. Then I wanna know which way is the curve, the trend. And then I wanna make sure I stay with the trend. But if it's high on the curve and the trend's up, there's a good chance that's gonna turn. But I'm gonna get off the playing field.
Right.
And when I get off the playing field, I can't get no product because I'm not even in the game anymore. But anyhow, this is still on play that, yeah. So right now, you're looking at that and you're saying, you're not got your thing, this on or none of that. But you just look at this right here and you're saying, okay, leg, base, leg, right on down. And then you say, I don't ever want to put on this that I don't want to put on this. I put the bull side and the bear side. So right now, this is, at this time of day, if I was looking at the string, here's a really good, see this, all this momentum right here?
Mm-hmm.
See this momentum right here, but look what happened to it. Bleh.
Lunch.
Well, no, but lunch, but I mean, it just, that's blocked. Then I get a big spring up. Now, so what happens is I would put the green board right there. And this right here, if I lost that one, I wouldn't care. You ain't gonna win them all. If I lost that one right there, we'll check it out and see. If I lost that one right there, that second one would hit, I guarantee you. So I can lose one, but I'm gonna get it right back. That's the way I kind of look at it. So I put, that's called a zone on the zone, and then let's play it out and just see. All right, so I said this is a good zone. Let's go through. If it gets too fast, I'll stop. All right, whoa. Am I in this one?
No,
You sure?
didn't make it.
No, I'm not in that one. And I went wick to wick. Because I was thinking, well, maybe I didn't go wick to wick. But that was what I just call it a close call. It makes me mad. I go, you son of a gun, you try to get down there to me like that and mess with me like that. But, so anyhow, we still going along. It'll still come down and hit it.
Boom.
All right, I'm in that one.
Yeah.
I'm out of that now. I just made my money because I'm gonna get below. The target's gonna be below, always below my other zone. So I'm out of that one. I made $1,000.
It is anyway.
Now I hit that one, so I'm now making money going down. Boom, I'm out of that one. Because remember I said I put my before my. So let's just say that I made, if I was running the ES and not the this is Apple, but if I was running ES and not the MES, which I run is, so that $1,000 be 100, 10 less.
Yeah.
But once I get this prop thing and I got the backing, I'm gonna start trading the ES, and that would be $2,000 trades instead of two $100 trades. But,
If it works for 10, it works for 100.
well,
it works
I
for
mean,
1,000.
here's what's happened. I've done the ES and I told you about making $1,700 in a nanosecond. Did I tell you about that? It was a announcement. I forgot to look at the econ, and I was sitting on it waiting for it to hit. I had set a trade and I waited on it to hit, and it went boom, it hit me and said order filled, and it went off the roof. Order filled, and that's what it said. It said order filled. And I didn't have on 2 trades. This thing is a computer, it don't make mistakes. Don't say order filled twice. It don't stutter. Something happened, so I go looking on here and I went, holy freaking cow. I looked down here, $1,710. My target was $400. But the slippage, it went so fast that they couldn't connect me with us. I was trying to sell. I couldn't find a buyer till I got all the way up there. So it slipped me by $1,300. But I've lost some big hits. So I've been on ES, I get off. I've been on ES, I get off. Right now, because I just hit my account for a bunch of money, so now I'm back to MES. But I'm gonna get with this prop company, and then I know they're gonna back me, so don't worry about it. But I can't just say, well, I'm gonna lose their $50,000 because I can't do that. All my drawdowns $2,500. If I lose $2,500, I'm out. They're done with me. I mean, I get back in, but I know how to re-show them. But I ain't worried about it. I ain't worried about losing no $2,500. Because the only thing I do is I do what I call trigger trades. I'm in, out, in, out, in, out. I won't let nothing run by. I ain't gonna let no slippage hit me. But until I get $100,000 in there, then it's all cated, bogged up dope. I be going for them.
It's all gravy money then. You playing with house money.
I've already dreamed of a $70,000 trade. I've already hit a $70,000 trade in a dream.